Okay, we have 200 grand. We should probably buy some more stock. Back to 50%. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to buy Beatrix. That's all we're going to do. Now, we need to think about... we've almost got all the clothing in. We need to think about connecting over to Pittsburgh. We know that we need to bring cotton in from here to here. And then we need to bring that over to Washington, I think. No, hang on. Is it Baltimore? Baltimore. Do random breakdowns fix themselves? Yeah, when the trains break down, they get randomly fixed. But obviously, as the maintenance goes down on a train, the breakdowns go up. And then it's just slowing your entire network down. Right, we need to get the next train unlocked. So we need to get something like the Leaf Spring. And then we can unlock the John Bull.
I would have chosen something far more exquisite.
This is 15 miles an hour. This is 21. And it has a much higher tractive effort. So we should upgrade our trains as quickly as possible. Should buy them both. Yeah, but like's already been noted, I don't think we need to worry too much about this guy. The worst thing he does is sabotage. She's much more effective, I think, as an opponent. We need to basically buy her out. And then we'll be more or less in gravy. Tell you what, let's save this. Let's go with... Okay, so the train that's producing the most money is this one. So if we replace it with a John Bull for 50 grand. Right, 30 grand to change that train. Yikes. Baltimore and Ohio's new innovator. Oh, yeah. Lorenzo can expand only north to Santa Cruz and Buffalo. Yes. We got the fastest train.
Faster and faster all the time. That has nothing to do with traveling in style.
In style? You jelly girl. Are you jelly? Right, we've upgraded all the main ones. Let's get that one as well. Anything that's making around 20 grand's been upgraded. Let's spend some money and upgrade some track next. It's making good money. Where's your spare cash? It's invested. Look. We own 50% of Beatrix and 5% of Don Lorenzo. And she's now worth 1.5 million. Right, let's figure out where the congestion is. Here. Let's start double tracking this. Quite an important line, this one.
Happy anniversary.
Should probably double track this as well. There's that section there. And that'll speed up that line.
Welcome back.
Hey, been out of the AAA games for so long, not sure about getting this game at this price. Yeah, it is quite heavy in price, I guess, for a game of its nature. Wait, I need to... This is the annoying thing, you have to wait for trains to get off the section of track you want to rebuild. Thing is, I mean, AAA games are great, but take a game like, say, City Skylines, right? And the amount of fun and hours you can invest in a game like Skyline is just unbelievable. Why is that in use? It's not in use. Man. AAA games come and go, that's the thing. A lot of AAA games you might play for like 2 months and then you stop playing them. Depends which game, of course. But some games, like these tycoon games, you can play like hundreds of hours on. See if I can actually get rid of that section. There we go. Oh man, he's in the way now. Ah! Of course, he's not going to move forward very easily. That's good. Let's have a look at the signaling. That'll speed that one up. It's going to be expensive for what it is. Well, what do you mean for what it is? I agree with you that it's going to be expensive, but what do you mean by for what it is? How much money have we got? 200 grand. We can... Oh, come on, game. So incredibly annoying. Tell you what, let's build what we can. Right, we'll let him go through and then we'll fix that bit. So if everybody, if you consider you can't go out for a drink, text goes more than that. Come on, get a move on. It's a busy piece of track, this. Train Sim World is 50% off. Blimey. How long has that game been out? About a year? Come on, out you go. Are you kidding? Is it because it's... Maybe when it gets past that signal, this block is no longer in use. That's ridiculous. That makes no sense. Right, that's all double tracked through there. Next bit is probably this bit. Right, we have 190 grand in the bank. Let's see if we can buy some more shares in this woman.
Are you buying shares from me? What are you up to?
I just bought the wrong shares. Oh well. Part of a train on the line, you're trying to demo it. Yeah, I'm trying to double track to New York next. Just gotta wait for enough money again. So that's the other thing, it's worth having a larger platform in places like this because of the faster loading and unloading. Let's see what she's up to. She's still only here at the moment. Last time she got all the way down to Norfolk. That's a bit too costly to go to yet, and I need to focus on this Pittsburgh run. Is clothing still increasing? Well, we've only done 17. This is a weird thing. Like, I don't even think it's producing clothing. Yes, it is. We have stock in the city, so why is it not being transported? This needs double tracking. Let's see what this train switches to. There is clothing here, so in theory this train should pick it up. See, while this train is being serviced, everybody's being held up.
Happy anniversary.
Look, he's just... This makes no sense. This train just left with no goods whatsoever. Why? Why didn't it take the clothing? Stock in the city, 1.8, 1.9. Why didn't it take clothing with it? I don't get it. Neverine, 14 months. Wasn't it last month 14 as well? Somebody else had said that earlier, Neverine. Sam Blackshaw, 10 months sub-hype. Thank you, Sam. So yeah, again, I'm going to left with this problem where I can't seem to get all of the clothing into New York. And I don't understand why. You too, Sven Scott. And you, Mario? Right, as soon as this train gets in, I'm gonna see if I can fix this bit of track. I like the way it puts the trees back. The city's taking all the production now, there's no clothing. How do I fix that, though? Because I've got that problem if I don't complete that task. How do I get more production, then? Really annoying the way you can't do this. There we go. Just about to squeeze that. Uh, 50% off is apparently on Steam. You need to connect Pittsburgh to Baltimore to bring the cloth, and then it should start ramping up production. I have to not spend money on this then. On the New York run. Alright, I'll tell you what we'll first do. We'll start by bringing this cotton in and get this going. That's what we'll do. Okay, needs to go to Baltimore. We have 2. We already worked out the best ways across the river and through there, didn't we? I like that. You put it down, it just moves the fields. The industry just goes, oh, well, if you want to build a station, we'll just move over here with our fields. It's fine. It's genius. Okay, we'll just have a single passing loop style track. Okay, that's going to need a supply tower somewhere. I don't have enough money for this, okay. Signals are free though, so we can do that. Wait for a bit of money to come in. Does the cloth come from wool, sheep's farm first? So what happens is you pick up the cotton from here. So you take the cotton to a city that has a weaving factory, because the weaving factory takes cotton and manufactures it into cloth. You can then ship the cloth if you want to. You don't have to. You ship the cloth to a city that has a tailor in it, of which we have one in Baltimore. There's one. It turns the cloth into clothing, and the clothing is consumed by cities that, once they reach a certain size, their demand for certain things grows, which you can check on this screen. So they have a demand for clothing now, but that, for example, they don't demand dairy products yet because they're not at 70,000. Same with like coal and leather, because they don't have an industry for that. But they do demand leather because I guess there's a lot of rich people living here. And they want leather shoes. Okay, we're going to set up a train line from here to here. I'm going to go with freight only. Going to add our John Bull. We're just going to leave that for one train. We'll have a look at our research tree. So the next train along would be the... is it this one? The Jervis 420? Need to unlock the neighbouring tile, which is this one. To get that, we need this one. Increase reliability for locomotives by 20%. I can never see that being a bad thing. Right, so he's fully loaded up with cotton. So this guy should start to produce cotton, clothing. So that number should go up. This is the stock in the city. That should go up now. There it goes. And then this column production should start to kick off on this thing. So on. So that's a profitable run. So now we need to connect Pittsburgh to Baltimore so we can start shipping in more stuff. But here's the thing, right? And this is something that happened last time. If you look at the tailors, the utilization is currently like 50% because that's when they get stuff and that's when they run out. But later on in the game, this city gets so big that it flatlines this thing and we can't do anything about it. So we need to get those clothing shipped before Baltimore starts buying everything. I think I put the... Oh no, I didn't put the water down. I couldn't afford it, could I? Right, Pittsburgh will be the maintenance yard. I think I'm going to get a loan and complete this. Because I want to complete it as quickly as possible. Oh, this is going to take like loads of money. $500,000 bonds issued. It burns. It burns. Right, so let's see. %3 incline, oh my god. $8% incline and 900 grand. You actually having a giraffe? 1.1 million. Oh my god. I'm on a budget. 4% incline. Oh my life. These incline numbers. I don't even have $1 million. Yeah, if I stay on the right though, look how hilly it is. For 1.6 million, because it's tunnel-tastic through here, look. Oh my god. There's just no cheap way of doing this. How can we cheat the system? How can we do this? How can we do this for cheap? Go around the hills. We can't make the journey too long though. Even that, like a 4% incline's nasty. 7%? That's just crazy. 900k was alright. I don't have 900k and I've just issued $500,000 bond. $800 grand, which includes a 5% incline. That's not going to happen. $2% incline there, leading to a 7 here. $2%, 3%, 2% for $1 million. It seems to me like the cheaper it is, the bigger the incline. We have to get some more money in. No suitable freight for this train. I know. I mean, I don't even think the trains we've got can cope with an incline like that. When they get fully loaded up with freight, it's just... Oh. It's going to be bad, man. What's going on over here? Locomotive slowed due to missing equipment. What's been going from here to here? Oh. Did I not build a supply tower? My bad. Incline around the river is going to be minimal. Yeah, but you've still got that big tunnel punch to do. And I think Pittsburgh is elevated up. So if you go down to the river, you've got to come back up to Pittsburgh. If you go through the tunnel, you stay level, but you're tunneling, so it's expensive. That's what I'm saying, is the incline goes up, the cost goes down. If you want to keep your line flat, you're basically paying through the nose for it. No suitable freight. Yeah, whatever. Change the 2 freights on the New York trains to auto. Change the 2 freight-only trains to New York. They will bring in some money. Yeah, probably a good point, Dr. D, until I can get that to work. Makes sense.
I had biscuit today for lunch, and it was fantastic.
What? What did she just get on the phone to me? And just go, hey Squirrel, I had biscuit today for lunch and it was fantastic. Okay, crazy lady. I really need to know that. It's only fully loaded on the downhill going to Pittsburgh. Your train is empty. It depends which way the hill is, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Like coming this way, coming down fully loaded, going back it would be empty. However, what you're not considering is if we put it on automatic, on the way back it can take passengers and mail. We could do it that way.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Security guard, Anna Shoemaker, brackets funny. She doesn't look very funny to me. The funny security guard. It's an interesting concept. We need to make more money. Why is this guy making nothing? Is he the one that we just set to auto? I think it is. There is some furniture here. I don't know what Biscay is, Sork. I don't know. I was hoping some of our American friends might be able to tell us. Biscay. Maybe she's like Miss Bouquet and it actually is a completely different word, like biscuit. Sniffer 62, 24 months. Another one. That's the third one. Gold at last. It's been a great journey. Cheers, Paul. Sniffer dude, thank you for 24 months. Happy anniversary. Enjoy that golden acorn. Very well earned. Fat Cowboy, 31 months. Jet Logistics with 3. Biscay is a thick soup. Lobster biscuit. No, I've not. Is that basically a lobster soup then? I'm not posh enough for biscuit. Quarry. See, she's not expanding like she did last time. She's gone this way, look. She's gone south. Last time she went north. Have a look at the task list. 1832, connect Baltimore to Pittsburgh. So we need to do this within about 15 months. Well, we've nearly got 1 million, so we've almost got enough money to connect. I don't know why she said it like that. It's normally pronounced as bisque. What, like as in lobster bisque? Doesn't sound right. How much money are you making, pal? 17 grand, that's not bad. What's your demand looking like? Wow, he's got a lot of stock. Pittsburgh needs some stuff, doesn't it? You want Pittsburgh to grow. What's this then? Salt? Salt? Should we make Pittsburgh salty? Ooh, buffalo. Wait a second. Buffalo takes cattle, which then produces meat, and Pittsburgh may consume meat. Weekly demand. We could create a line between these two. Take cattle to here, get the meat, bring it back. Maybe grab these two as well. Bring some food in. You've got it on the run. 6-pack, good night. I'll be streaming every day till Monday, including Monday. 6-pack, just so you know. Schedule will go out tomorrow. She's flanking me. Oh no. She's gone round. She's gone round the side and flanking me. I think she's actually going south more. She's got a different strategy. Right, let's see if we can build this Pittsburgh run on the cheap. 2%, 3%, what was that? 800,000. 4% incline. Can we bring that one down at all? 3%. What about that? 884,000. We get a 1% incline, a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 2. It's quite a long stretch at 3%. But it's better than, you know, having one at 7% or something. No getting around it. If you go down to the river, it's gonna... You're gonna go down, aren't you? And then you got to go back up. Yes, Flug. We have Bickies in Yorkshire. $900,000. Ah. You push it towards the mountain, you can bring the cost down because you've got less tunnel. But you reach a point where the incline goes up. It's a bit of a balancing act. Okay. Let's do it! Can't have a loop there. Create another loop. Looks like that's not happening. Not long enough, really. Okay. $86,000. Okay. I deem that to be worth it. So sensitive. Okay. Right, signals. Serious? Well, you can't put a signal in a tunnel. Wow. Oh, come on. That's a bit ridiculous. Well, that's a gotcha, isn't it, eh? I can't delete a section of it. I have to delete the whole thing all the way back to here. Because I can't put anything down in the tunnel. That's ridiculous. Look at that. That's going to cost me big time. Because you don't get a refund on that. That sucks. So that just cost me $100,000 just because some stupid game limitation. And I don't like the way you can't put signals in tunnels. Like, why? Okay. Let's get some money in. We need to put the water towers down and stuff. There's no stopping Baltimore and Ohio. 1,199 miles of track. Ground signals. You can't put signals in tunnels because you only have steam trains. People would suffocate. Do you think, then, Sort, do you think that's true of the game, though? I mean, I understand that logically makes sense, but do you think that's true of the game? Like, when you get to the point where you're not using steam trains, like you're using electric, do you think it would let you do it then? 30 grand for a supply tower? I need more monies.
One day the railroad will reach all the way to the west coast.
He's off again.
Every day, huge crowds of people set out to cross the entire country, and the trains will continue to get faster. Don't look at me like that. We can't stop progress.
I wasn't looking at you about progress, mate. I was looking at you because, like, you're a bit... Be a nice detail. We'll find out, Saul, when I get to electrics and stuff. I agree. I mean, if that's the reason, if it is a purely technological reason, then that makes good sense. I'm all right with that. But if it unlocks later, when you get electrics and stuff, that'd be cool. No space or light inside the tunnel, even if it has a light. I don't think it's that. Right, I've got 100 grand, which means we can afford to build a supply tower. See, the thing is about supply towers, you kind of guess it as to how spaced out you need to make them. We'll go with that. Actually, Pittsburgh's got a thingy, isn't it? So that's good. Okay. The John Hancock. We'll stick a cheeky bid in. I don't think my competitors are going to bid. Hey, Nutter.
Excuse me, but could you keep out of this? You're driving the price up.
Right, let's go with freight only for this one. Actually, no, let's just go with automatic. Although I don't know what it's going to do. Right, the John Bull does 21 miles an hour. Shouldn't have bid on that, should I? Let's see what he loads up with. Oh, cloth. Good call. Let's see what he loads up with. Cloth as well. Nice. So that means he should take cloth on the way, and then maybe on the way back they'll bring some passengers and stuff.
What can I do if your employees can't resist my candy?
Your candy? An accountant? What's the accountant going to do? Detects inconsistencies in bids for new locomotives and therefore reduces purchase prices by 10%. Is that it? A reporter? What does a reporter do? Engineer. The maximum speed of the locomotive is increased by 5%. This is basically like Star Trek Scotty. We need more power, Captain. Brilliant. You can hire office personnel through the personal dollar and achieve various advantages. You don't need to assign office personnel because this is done automatically. Yeah, but I don't want an accountant. That's the thing. How's Washington doing? 49% fulfilled. That's not good. Maybe if we bring in some sugar. Maybe not. I don't know if they have just a general demand for sugar. I don't think they do. Oh, apparently they do. They quite like sugar. Because the signal was too tall for the tunnel, when you move your mouse out from the tunnel, half the signal was over the roof. Could be. Have you played games since this? Oh yes, I've played them all. I played Railroad Tycoon, Transport Tycoon. All the Tycoon games when they came out, I played them all. They were wonderful things. They really were. You remember the 2D one? Like the Railroad Tycoon 2D one? It's like a grid. That was great. Innovations are available. Let's see. .240, 23 miles an hour, 26% mixed. Why is that better? That's worse. That's worse than this one. How do I get this one? Unlock one more innovation. Increases the reliability of your locomotive by 20%. Definitely. Definitely. We'll save up for that. TTD. Yep. Which then went on to become Open TTD. A-Train. I don't remember A-Train. Seems to have a lot of people standing around.
Did you know that I am speaking in Washington on behalf of some Indian tribes? They have granted me the title of Hiwa Nob, which means the benevolent one.
See, Baltimore can take more passengers, I think, to New York. What we need to do is double track this and get some passenger movement. Wow, the money suddenly started coming in, look. What if we upgrade that? And we reroute this into the other side and reroute this into this side. And freight's just coming into one place. %2 incline, blimey. Why can't I build that? That doesn't make any sense. Why don't you do double switches anymore? You keep putting a lot of load on platform 1 if there's multiple lines connected to the same track. You can't do crossovers in this game, I've noticed. You would have to do 2 independent ones, if I'm understanding what you mean. So, for example, if I come into platform 1, I can come back out into platform 2 like that. Well, in theory I can. When you've got a bit of a bend, though, the game starts to become a bit weird. Or an incline. It doesn't like inclines and bends. %11 incline? You what, mate? 11? How does that work? I know you have signals. Do you have signal boxes? No. You just put the signals down where you want them to go. So you can do that. So you can make sure that a train leaving platform 1 can get back on the track. But what you can't do is you can't go back that way. So you can't create the situation where a train can decide which one to go into. So your only other choice, I guess, is to do, like, that. Which then means you have to push your signal. You can't have your signal back here now. Because that's effectively a two-way piece of track. So you have to then start your signal here and then have your other one, like, down there, maybe even a bit more. Something like that, maybe. So you can't do an X, but you can do that. Which kind of helps again. So that's double tracked around to here. And then in theory... train comes down here. So if we put a signal there, and then in theory it can choose which one to go down. But if it goes into this one, it can't get back that way. So trains that want to go back would have to know to go this way, I guess. But trains that want to go straight through could, in theory, just carry on. Don't know if this is going to work. This is an experimentation, I guess. And then if you want, you could do that. Let's get rid of that one. Chat is pretty empty tonight, Crazy. Well, you'll find a lot of people just chill, especially when it's a new game. They just kick back. Take it all in. So now you can go from that track back into this one. You can come into here and go through there. You could even make it so that you could branch away from here. Go there if you want to. In which case you'd put that there. That gives you options when you're coming in.
Welcome back, Nutter.
When the game is available on Steam, I believe January the 18th, something around that score. Simming for the win. This is my first time using bits. Simming, thank you for the 100 bits. Always appreciated. Just to let you know, if it's 200 or more, you get the on-screen notifier. But I still see it if it's 100. Riddell, thank you for the resume. Exactly, you see, they're just lurking away. Nothing wrong with lurking. I lurk loads. Honestly, on a stream, I lurk loads. I just like putting things on in the background and just chilling out. I suspect a lot of people like doing the same. Okay. What we need to do is Baltimore to New York. See how much money they're making. We're going to clone these trains. We're going to clone these trains. Because you can definitely... Wait a minute. It's good. Make more money here. Rob Jensen, how you doing, sir? And Rubku NL, thank you for the raid. Welcome. CCFC with 250 bits. No message. Thank you very much, CCFC. Baltimore, Ohio is the best courier. Oh yeah. I agree. Lol. Right, let's have a look how our task list is doing. 17 loads delivered. Still worried, guys. Still worried about this cloth. Glad to be back. Welcome back, Riddell. Costin with 100 bits. I'm lurking, listening while playing a game. It's all good, mate. It's all good. Lurk away. I don't mind. As long as I've got somebody to talk to occasionally, I'm fine. So these numbers are still quite high, but they should start to move down. Now the tailors, how much are they ramping out now? 1.6 production, still pretty low. What worries me is the 6.4 stock. Why are they not moving it? Look at the flow of goods of this. See, they're not exporting again. We've got the same problem as last time. Despite the fact that we're making stuff, it's so low that we're just not exporting it. And I just don't know how to fix that. It doesn't matter, Speedy. I've done that. I've done a dedicated train for clothing, and it didn't make any difference. In fact, what it does is it just leaves empty. CCFC, I never knew you could message while sending bits. Anyway, keep up the good work. You learned something. Thank you for the bits, CCFC. I just think your curvy track is more than twice the length of the straight. Okay, so the game has a rule that says if the length of your track, the route that it takes by train, if it's twice as long or more than going by traditional methods, horse and cart, then it'll use horse and cart. Now, my problem is how do I get visibility on that? So train use is 0. Production 1.6, demand 3.8. But train use is 0. You see, there's more demand than production. But is that within the city or is that outside the city? You can see that the mail is going 100% by coach. And only 23% are going by train. That's interesting. Well, what if then I create a straight line through there? So that the trains that don't need to go via this can just go that way if they want to. And that'll shorten the distance. We can soon test that theory, can't we? Oh, Whiteland, is that game just released? Lol, Andres. Paul's voice is soothing. I often put on a live stream or a YouTube video, lay on the couch to fall asleep to him talking away squirrel therapy. One of these days, I'm just going to blow a whistle really loudly and wake up all you sleepers. Monstrous Mikey, yes, it's been confirmed, the rumour that they do indeed slow phones down deliberately. I'm totally not surprised. So I reckon we've got 600 grand in the bank. Although having said that, I did take out a massive bond. Anyway, let's not worry about that, because if I can't fix this, we're going to fail the whole objective anyway. So let's, we can't go through there. Could perhaps join in here. That seemed like a reasonable thing to do. So if we do this. So, I mean, that's about as straight as it can get, really, isn't it? Like, if they don't travel down that route via train, then I just don't understand. As long as it's a train whistle, you won't even complain. Does the production have to be a city demand in order to export? What I don't know is, I suspect the city is consuming the clothing itself before it's exporting it. That's what I suspect is happening, but I can't prove it yet. I can't get any visibility on that. Oh, why won't you link in? Oh, stop being rubbish. Come on. Look at this. This is just silly.